Welcome to Dropping In, a podcast of storytelling and interviews with your host, Winter Olympian Mercedes Nicol.
Thank you so much for dropping in on Series 14, and today is October 8th, 2025. If you're new here, thank you for dropping in, and for those listeners that have stuck by me, thank you so much for coming back time and time again. Now, this series is about motivation, and it's not always easy to get motivation. Sometimes it's even hard to just get out of bed. So, this series, I wanted to hear from others and how they keep the motivation high. I think you can tell from my voice that I'm overly excited about this series. I want so yeah, I need the motivation sometimes too. We dive into the minds of athletes, Olympians, Paralympians, and more to find out how their mindset works. How do they get through a tough workout? What motivates them? Now, we just had a doctor on the series. We've had Olympians, as I said. I had my osteopath on. So many amazing guests on to unlock motivation. Now, if you haven't listened to episode 124 with Jill and Julie, then you should right now, because they are part of She's Got Next, the originators, the founders of She's Got Next. And that is how I met this next guest. So let me start by introducing our next guest. She grew up in Alberta, mastering ice and skating through challenges, eventually rewriting her path to represent her roots and her potential. Early on, she made her mark in hockey, competing at the highest levels of hockey, representing Team Alberta, and competing at national tournaments and the Canadian Winter Games. Her collegiate journey began in Minnesota, Duluth, but a twist of fate called her to the Olympics. Not for Canada, but for China during the 2022 Winter Olympic Games, honoring her heritage and proving her adaptability on the world stage. After the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, she transferred to Colgate University in New York, where she continued to shine academically and athletically, all while completing a master's in business analytics at UBC. Today, she's forging new frontiers, blending her backgrounds in hockey, neuroscience, and analytics with Scorched Ice, a Vancouver-based hockey technology startup, while also coaching at the North Shore Warriors U18 female prep team. This multi-league athlete, scholar, innovator, Winter Olympian, hockey forward, coach tech enthusiast is about to drop in. Please let me introduce Kasundra Betinol. Thank you so much for dropping in today. How are you?
Good, Mercedes. Thanks so much for having me. It's a privilege to be here.
Okay. We always start off with rapid fire questions that are never rapid. Are you ready to drop
Yeah,
in?
absolutely.
Okay, the first one's easy. It's not bad. Where in the world are you today?
Right now I'm in Vancouver, BC.
You
Probably one
said
of the prettiest places in Canada.
amazing. Cool. Okay. Number two, let's talk about hockey for a moment here. What's the first thing that you do when you step on the ice?
Oh, first thing I do, probably take a few hard laps, I think. Just get my body moving and stuff. And then always I'm a big music person, so I always kind of
Okay.
clock into what music's playing at the same time.
Oh, no way.
Mhm.
Okay. I dig that. Number three, do you have a favorite movie, TV show, or book on the go right now?
Um, Good question. My favorite TV show all time, probably How I Met Your Mother.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one. My brothers and I love that show for like a while now. And
Sick.
then my favorite book, actually pretty fitting for this podcast, but it's Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Okay, whoa, I haven't read it yet.
Really? Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's one of my favorite books.
Oh, okay, I need to read it.
Yeah, you do.
I thought it might be, hard to, get through. Was it easy to read?
No, it was such an easy read, and
Dang
yeah,
it.
I went through it super fast, and I honestly not much of a reader, but yeah, that one was pretty easy to read. I really recommend it. You should definitely.
Okay. No, I literally own it. That's the
Oh, you
problem.
do?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm, like, too competitive with myself with books. I'm like, "Oh, I get this one from the library. I have to give it back soon." But this one's just, like, in my house, so I just haven't read it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's funny. Yeah, no, definitely do it for sure.
Okay, cool. If you could instantly master one new skill, what would it be?
Um, Either dancing or acting.
Oh,
100%. Because I think like I don't know, it'd be cool to just be anywhere and be able to just like I feel like dancing's such like a translatable skill that you can
I
just do
feel like you
anywhere.
could learn that though.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think so. I just gotta put some time into it. But I think if I could learn anything instantly, it'd be that.
Yeah,
Because like can't really just get a sheet of ice and skates like
that's
anywhere you
true.
go, you know? So
I will tell you this for free that I went down to Vancouver on Sundays with my friends and
mm.
they had free dance lessons.
Oh, where at?
You know the UBC Ice like downtown that's normally an ice rink? Like
Oh
behind the
yeah.
art gallery downstairs? They
Oh,
had free dancing on Sundays.
are you serious?
I'm so serious, but
How?
you it's very, you get set up with, strangers, so then you're,
Mhm.
like, learning a couple of the moves, and then you move to a next person and learn a couple moves, and then it's, like,
Yeah.
free dancing, and you get like, people come up to you and ask you to dance.
Oh my gosh. How long did you do that for?
I just did it one Sunday, but it
Oh,
was on,
okay.
like, every Sunday this summer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Do
Yeah,
they
do
Oh, so you don't have to
it.
be a student to do that?
No, it was open to the
Okay.
public, and it was
Oh my
free.
gosh. Okay, perfect. All right, you
Okay.
learn something new every day. This is perfect.
I dig it, I
Awesome.
dig it. You're gonna be dancing machine by the end of this. Number 5, sweet or salty snacks for a road trip?
Salty.
Ooh,
Salty.
like what?
Yeah.
Like what chips?
Like chips, like yeah, chips, crackers, anything like that. I can't do like too many sweet things at one time, so
Fair, fair, fair.
long road trips definitely salty snacks.
Okay. This is gonna be a more difficult question than the last one.
Okay.
Best best advice you ever received from a coach? Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Yeah. Let me think. I've been playing this sport for a while. I've had quite a few coaches. Let me think.
Mm, it's
I
never an
think
easy one.
yeah, it's
Anything
not an easy
anything
question, but
stand out that, like, kinda gave you some motivation to keep going?
yeah, I would say one time I coach I think it's kind of cliche now, but he was just like there's no better time to start than now. And I
Oh,
think that
yeah.
was just like so like it like resonated with me a lot because it's like I wanted to try so many different things and then you always try and like push it off, but then I was like
Mhm.
whenever you want to do something, you just like do it now because there's no
Do
better
it
time to do
now.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true, that's totally true. Okay, number
Mhm.
7. If your game had a theme song, what would it be? Like, so if you're, like, going out on the ice for your first, like, warm up, what's the song that you actually want out there?
Oh my gosh.
Rather than what's already playing, which is probably, like, the top 40 or metal, I don't know what they play on the ice these days. Just it depends who's in control,
Um,
right?
yeah, it does. I got a wide range of music,
Okay.
but I think for that, maybe like some sort of like 20, like I'm thinking of those songs when I was like 10 or 11 in the locker rooms when we were like when I was young, like Kickstart My Heart or like You're Gonna Go Far Kid, like those rock songs, I guess.
I
Um,
like that.
but yeah, no, I very like I have a big taste in music, all genres and
Wide
stuff.
variety. No, I dig
Mhm.
that. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Number 8, what's your most memorable Winter Olympic moment?
Um, it's gotta be either just stepping on the ice for the first time.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think I've ever been that like nervous in my entire life.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't like feel like what was going on. I like had prepared so much up until that moment, but like you can't even prepare
Yeah.
for like those feelings.
A little bit
That
of a different
yeah.
stage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That or scoring my Olympic goal was probably like my favorite goal I've ever scored. So
no
yeah,
doubt. That's sick.
yeah,
Oh, I got goosebumps just saying that. I'm like, yes, so cool.
yeah.
Number 9, one thing people would be surprised to learn about you.
Um, this actually kind of relates to the other answer, but I'm also like acting on the side of everything that I'm doing.
You're acting?
Yeah, yeah, in Vancouver.
Wait, tell me more. You said that you want to act, but you
I
already are
know.
acting.
I want to be good at it though. It's like a skill that I would like love to pick
Oh
up right away.
my goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa. What
Yeah.
are you like going to like
Um well, I've always been so busy with hockey and stuff. So,
yeah,
and I've always wanted to do this, but I haven't really had the time. So,
okay.
again, like there's no better time to start than right now.
Are you going to like
So,
rehearsals and stuff?
yeah, yeah. I been taking like a lot of classes, and then I did a couple classes in my senior year at Colgate, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I just recently got an agent like a couple months ago, so now I just like thank you. Oh
Congratulations.
yeah, just trying to like do some auditioning and like trial and error, rejection, and then
Dude,
just
it's a
keep
hard
going.
business. It's a
It
hard business,
is.
isn't
It
it?
is. Yeah.
You're
It.
like, "Here, I've showed up. I read the lines," and, like, you're just looking at me like I'm
Yeah.
a piece of dirt. It might be worse than,
Yeah.
like, the sports industry.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just like people say no like to your face so much more than like,
Yeah.
you know.
They're pretty honest and, like, not a "Okay, well, I wish you the best
Yes.
of luck. You gotta be
Exactly.
hard to do
Thank you.
that."
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
fun. It's just like it's like a side, like not too much pressure in it, more
Yeah.
of like a an interest in them. But yeah,
Super
trying to
cool.
explore that a lot more.
I totally dig it. Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, I've added an extra one because I asked where you were in the world today. So
Okay.
there's gonna be 11. There's gonna be 11.
Yeah.
Because I like this question too.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place that you traveled to for hockey?
Oh, for hockey.
Because you would have gone like all over the world, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. For hockey. So this is a tough question too.
Because
I would
I
probably
don't know where you
say,
guys go.
yeah, like the year I played with Team China, we actually played um in like the like a league in Russia, and we like got to go like St.
Oh,
Petersburg and stuff like that, which is actually really cool.
yeah.
But I think my favorite place, honestly, is probably Shenzhen, China. It's like south of China, um, where like the team that I was playing for is based out of, and it's just like
Okay.
called like the Hawaii of China or whatever. So it's like it's always hot, and it's always like yeah,
Nice.
weather's great, food's great, and the people are awesome. So yeah, really
I
cool.
totally dig that. That's awesome. Okay, this is the last one, and it's the same question I've been giving everyone on this series. One word that describes how you stay motivated.
One word.
One word. I know it's hard.
Um, Curiosity, I think.
I like that. Curiosity. Very,
Yeah,
very cool.
that would be my
Okay.
word.
We did the rapid fire. Now I want to get
Nice.
into this curiosity and how you stay motivated. I mean, you're
Yeah.
such an academic. You went to a Winter Olympics. Um, let's get into it. Like how first hockey, how did that start for
Mhm.
you, that journey?
Yeah, I grew up with two older brothers, and they were just all both hockey players. I grew up at the rinks, like watching them play and stuff. It's actually pretty funny. My one of my brothers was a goalie, and
Yeah.
I wanted to be a goalie so bad. I went to like all of his goalie lessons, like all of these things. Didn't
Yeah.
work out for me, but that's kind of how I started hockey and kind of stayed
Okay.
in.
And, like, would you say did they were they good at hockey? Or did you
Yeah,
become the top-notch hockey player?
um, they're all right. Yeah.
You're like, "I'm way better at them
They're gonna watch
now."
this later and then get mad at me, but no,
Yeah,
they're both
but
yeah.
they should take it as a compliment that you wanted to do what they did, and then you just
Yeah.
absolutely thrived.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're both like my biggest supporters though. So I'm like my
Amazing.
oldest brother like taught me pretty much everything that I know. So Yeah.
So cool. So and then there's this thing that like, you know how girls go out of sport at a certain age. What kept you going and wanting more in that area?
hmm Honestly, like I just loved it so much. Like I didn't
Okay.
even, yeah, it was like not even just the hockey, but like spending time with all my friends, like getting to travel to the different places and things like that. So like I never really got to that point where I was just like, like like this isn't for me anymore or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd say that.
Super cool. And then all along your journey, it sounds like with hockey, correct me if I'm wrong, because I did not go to university, that you were also playing hockey while in university.
hmm
And that was probably helpful to keep you going and stay in school. What
Yeah.
what what drew you, to all of this academia? Because you are now just combined it all together into where you are now. So give us
Yeah.
an idea of how that all came about.
Yeah. So I did my undergrad in neuroscience, and
Yeah,
it was really cool, and I got to learn a lot. I was always fascinated by like the human brain and how we work, and especially athletes and things like that.
yeah,
Um, but honestly, and then when I transferred to UBC to do my master's, I actually did an analytics, so not
yeah.
too related.
No.
Um, no, not related at all, but it worked out because I still had another year of eligibility left
Okay.
for hockey, just with like the whole COVID stuff. And
Right.
then yeah, I again was just curious and wanting to learn new skills and things that were like translatable to like the world after school.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I love like learning new things and
Mm,
staying motivated like that way.
okay. So with your neuro background and
hmm
diving deeper into the athlete, like, training and thought process, is there anything there that stood out to you, like, how people dig deep? Like, the reason I ask this is because a lot of athletes that I talk to, um, they get injured, right? I've been
Yeah.
injured, a lot of us get injured, and
Yeah.
then most people are like, "Well, they're done." But
hmm
then everyone comes back, like, most people come back, right? And
Yeah.
potentially come back stronger. So, like, in your findings there, was there any reason as to why we might be wired differently?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot to it. But I think athletes just in general just have such like a different look on like discipline and motivation and like their goals and have things that they're striving for. Um and I think like being like an athlete, and especially a student athlete, just like really pushes you to kind of tackle all of those things at once. And
Okay.
then when those setbacks do happen, like you've already put yourself through like so much and like tested yourself in so many different ways that like you kind of know that you can at that point just do anything you set your mind to. So
No doubt.
yeah, I
You
think
hope
like the
you hope you
yeah.
can. You hope you
Exactly,
can.
yeah, exactly. Hope you can, but you can just try, see what
No
happens.
doubt. Okay, so being a student athlete and obviously being on a team, mine was a single
hmm
sport. Being on
Yeah.
a team, like, does that give you extra motivation? Because 'Cause you're like, could you potentially be kicked off the team? Like, what's the how
Technically,
does that
yeah.
technically, yeah,
Technically, yeah.
you gotta
I
stay
mean,
on top of it.
yeah. Like if you're failing your classes, you can't be on the team. Like,
Okay.
yeah, you have to stay above like a certain. I think it was a certain
Oh, yeah.
GPA, and also you
Mhm.
have to take like a certain amount of courses too. So it's like you
Okay.
have to like lock in to like some degree, um, just to
Okay,
be able to like
cool.
yeah stay eligible pretty much.
And then how did you get chosen for Team China?
Yeah, I got scouted when I was like 18,
Okay.
just like at a tournament that I was at in high school, and they reached out, and yeah, from there like I just kept going to camps kind of every year,
With
and
them?
then yeah,
Okay.
but they in like North America or they'd be in China, and
Okay.
then that's like where I met all my like new friends from like that kind of journey of my life.
Yeah,
So
super
yeah, I started
cool.
pretty early when I was like 18 or something.
Okay, they totally scouted you.
Yeah, yeah.
And were the Olympics, like, ever a goal for you, or was it just like, "I'm doing school and hockey at the same time, but, like, I don't know where this Olympic thing came from." What was it for you?
Yeah, I think it's always been like a goal of mine. I think
Oh,
it's a
really?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it was. And I just like I didn't know that like I would never have known that this was my journey of like what happens or like how I got there or like my experiences or anything like that. So, but I'm very grateful for everything and the whole journey and stuff. But yeah, I think it was I always watched it growing up and everything like
Okay.
that. So
So cool. I mean, I wanna get back to the motivation a little bit in it because you're making it sound like it's super easy to go to the Olympics, and I know it's not.
no.
So so within that being scouted, going on these, training with Team
Yeah.
China, like, how hard was it to make that team? And, like,
Mhm.
was it a group motivational effort to have
Mhm.
you there? Yeah, can you expand on that?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like I said, there's a lot of camps, a lot of girls who like I met through the process who got let go
Okay.
throughout however many years that was. I think like 3 year process. I get 4 year process.
Yeah.
So that was definitely hard, and at the same time, like it wasn't like all of the camps were in North America or whatever. So like I was going away to China for like a month at a time or whatever it was.
Okay.
Um and
How were you still in school at the time?
at that time, yeah, but it was like over summer. I
Okay.
think actually in grade 12, I think I took like 3 weeks off or something. And it
Yes.
just like kind of went.
That's fine, it's just grade 12.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. But no, it wasn't easy. There's definitely like days where I was just like, holy crap, like what
Like,
am I
what am I
doing? Like,
Yeah.
type of thing. And there was in the same time too, there's a lot of like different staff that had come and gone. So it's just like trying to adapt to like so much change, but like within the same process was also like really hard. Um,
Wild.
but yeah, no, there's definitely like very, very tough days. Yeah, not
Like,
it was not easy.
explain the tough days, 'cause, I can imagine how much you guys trained in the gym and,
Yeah,
and then on ice and
yeah,
maybe gym after on ice and
yeah,
all of that,
yeah.
w it's not always fun, and I literally just had
No.
Dr. Carla on, and we're like, "You gotta, somehow celebrate the fun parts of sport, but you also gotta
Yeah,
dig deep to be the best." So,
yeah,
was it
exactly.
yeah, like, what y like, the word that you used was curiosity,
Yeah.
that kept you motivated. So,
Hmm.
was it, curiosity, pushing your limits? How far can I
Yeah,
go?
yeah, yeah, definitely part of it. So like the year before the Olympics, we got centralized, so we all like moved to like China for like the year.
Mhm.
And yeah, like we were playing in the pro league at the time, so it was like we would play 4 games, maybe have 1 day off, and then we're just like back like practice and then game, practice, practice, game. So it's
Yeah.
like schedules at like college is like 2 games a weekend, and then you're just
Okay.
practicing, you know. So it was like getting used to that schedule was like super hard on like you physically and mentally. But
Yeah.
like you said, like the curiosity, like what motivates me honestly is like just wanting to like keep growing in
Okay.
in any way. So like staying curious and wanting to get better at something every day, but it doesn't necessarily have to like be like the biggest thing in the world. But
No, for
yeah,
sure.
and then like I remember like those days when like I could like I was just like I can't do it. Like I just like I gotta go
Yeah.
home or whatever. 'Cause I know every like athlete goes through that, but
Yeah.
I think for me just focusing like on like the discipline rather than the motivation at that point. It's just like showing up,
Mhm.
like not being perfect. It just like just getting there, just getting to practice, like half the battle, just showing up. Um,
Totally.
yeah, so I think that helped me stay motivated because like once I'm there, like things kind of just take over and whatever. But yeah,
Yeah,
staying
you're
disciplined, staying curious for sure.
That's interesting discipline because you have the other girls there that are like, "Well, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
You better be
Yeah.
there," kinda
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. But it's
Um,
good. Like you like have like being on a team sport. Like it's way easier to hold each other accountable and hold yourself
yeah,
accountable. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I feel like there's always like you can draw I draw personally like motivation every day from something different. I'm like I
yeah,
see like I don't know like an old person walking across the street that I'm like, look, they're outside, they're walking their dog. I should get outside and do something, you know? Like you just
yeah,
never know where a glimmer of motivation's going to come from. So it's
yeah.
super interesting.
Hmm.
I like the
Yeah.
discipline. And
Hmm.
now with the work that you're doing with like hockey analytics, everything
Hmm.
combined,
Hmm.
I would assume that it's the curiosity that keeps you coming back. And
Yeah.
how does that work with your like athlete coaching and work life?
Yeah, it's a big part of it for sure. I like very fortunate to have the opportunity that I have with this company because like I don't know where else I'd be able to blend like my neuroscience and talking to like very qualified like athletic therapists, trainers, doctors, and then also like doing skating analytics like with the sensors or whatever, and then also being able to like work with like NHL teams and like have like that, so it's just like encompasses like everything that I had, like I guess like wanted and also like studied to be, I guess.
Totally.
But yeah, no, it's just it's also, since there's so many things, it's easy to stay curious because
Yeah.
there's a lot of different things that I can keep learning, and obviously like not trying to spread myself too thin is a big thing for me.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I would say there's a lot of things to be curious about here because just there's so many different avenues with it, and then also being able to coach at the same time is like a very fun way to stay connected to the game for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
Motivation is challenging sometimes, but I think you've really kind of shed some light on what gets you there, and I really like the word curiosity. So I'll
Hmm.
kind of just sum up what we just discussed a little bit. Shout out to your brothers for getting you into hockey. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
even if you're better
I'm
than
gonna tell
them.
them to watch this after. They always say I don't give them enough credit. And my
Oh, it's
parents too. My
huge.
parents did a lot for me as well.
Yeah, I mean, who is driving you everywhere? That's probably your
Exactly.
parent. Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
think we always take that for granted.
Yeah, for sure.
Huge shout out. And then your curiosity, not only just with hockey, but obviously with your academics and how that's really shaped your journey to where you are now. Um, we discussed having goals and discipline and striving for more, um, and that kind of like came from like injured athlete perspective. Did you ever have injuries that you had to overcome?
Yeah, well, I guess one I was pretty young. I was like 10. I broke both the bones of my leg playing hockey.
Oh, and you came back.
Yeah, yeah, and then I just had one recently this past year.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah, it was I was out for like a couple months, like a high ankle sprain. So
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
that one
Is it?
wasn't as bad as the other one.
Yeah, it is interesting coming back from injury. Dr. Carla and I were talking about it, how you like find something else. Like you have your
Mhm,
academics and
mhm,
your work. So that's like something
mhm,
different from sport.
mhm.
But maybe when you were younger, you're like, oh, sport's out of my life. What my life is over.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not.
Start with why. You got to read that book. Start
Yes,
with
I gotta
why.
read that. I gotta read that
Yeah.
for sure. Um, we do like to say that it's not always easy. A lot of people look at the lives of athletes and think, "Oh, it's a cakewalk," but it's everyone would do it if it was easy. It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And finding that motivation to get to the practices in the morning is not always easy. It's the same as normal people trying to get out of bed to go to work. It's something there has to click for you to love what you're passionate about, and you have to have that discipline to get out of bed for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Was there anything else you wanted to add about motivation?
No, everyone should read that book. I think starting with your why,
Yes.
honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good. Awesome. Thank you so much for dropping in today. Let the listeners and viewers know where they can find you online if they want to follow what's going on.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram at kbetinol, and TikTok, Instagram and TikTok. Those are two
Okay.
places to find me.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks so much for dropping in today.
Awesome. Thanks, Mercedes.
Thanks so much for dropping in today. You can find everything you want to know about Dropping In with Mercedes at droppinginwithmercedes.com. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks DJ Kenosis for the music and my mom for the intro voice.